Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome to the channel, and today I'm going to tell you everything you need to know about Godforge when it comes to Alpha Wave 2. Let's get into it. Inside of the Sanctum, during the Alpha, you're going to have access to 4 primary areas: the Hero Roster, the Caverns, Wayland's Forge, and the Anvil of Creation. Inside of Wayland's Forge, you're going to be able to level up and imprint the weapons that you gain from the Cavern levels. By using Godsteel, you're going to be able to progress them through their various levels, starting with rare Godsteel, moving on to epic and then even legendary materials, and then going to be able to imprint them. Now, when it comes to leveling up, you're going to be able to level them 1 through 10, and then you're going to need a duplicate of that weapon to be able to move them up the ranks so you can continue to use Godsteel to level them up. Leveling them up increases their main and secondary stat, which in a sense just increases the damage output you're going to be able to do with that weapon. And while leveling up doesn't increase the base ability of that weapon, when you rank it up, whatever is being done with that weapon is going to have small incremental changes as it goes through its star rankings.
Hey, what's up guys? Charlemagne from the future here. I may not know the difference between a smithy and a forge, but what I do know is that I'm able to do what I do because of the incredible Godforge community. So whether this is your first or repeated time at one of my videos, do me a huge favor and hit that subscribe button down below. It goes so far in helping my young, very small channel grow as I reach towards my 500 subscriber goal. So do me a favor, hit that button, and I look forward to seeing you in my next live stream. In the Forge, you can also imprint your weapons, which basically means that you can use an imprint from a hero to provide a passive onto that weapon to give it a further effect. Oftentimes, the passives from the heroes that those weapons come with are kind of something that go hand in hand with the weapon itself, but that doesn't limit you, because you can take any hero that you want, any imprint you have in your library, and apply it to that weapon to then give it to the hero that holds that weapon. Now in Alpha Wave 1, there was a glitch when it came to applying those passives to the heroes, but Simon has come out and said that that was a top priority trying to fix that for Wave 2. Next up we have the Anvil of Creation, and this is where you store your hero imprints. Now, something that is live inside of the alphas, which I don't think will necessarily be in effect when it comes to the live game, is that when your hero roster is full, any hero you then gain into your inventory is automatically extracted and moved into your imprint library. This can be dangerous because as you gain those legendaries that you're hunting for, if your roster is full, you're going to lose them in your roster and only gain their imprint. You can see here on my account that that happened to me when it came to Hell. Now, within this extraction, you can take any hero in your roster and move them from being in your roster to then being in your imprint library. This makes their passive available to you to apply to any weapon or to use them to further awaken the same hero. As far as we could see, there didn't seem to be a significant limit on how many imprints you could have in your library. So if you need some space in your roster, go to the Anvil of Creation, break down those duplicate copies into imprints, and then go back to farming. Next up, we have our hero roster, and this is where you're going to be spending a lot of time. Here in the hero roster, you're going to get a full breakdown of every single hero that you've gained during the alpha waves, and you're going to be able to scroll through and find the heroes you want. You can sort them by level or rarity, but once you find the hero you're looking for, you're going to be able to go through all the process of ranking and leveling them up. Here on the hero screen, you can upgrade and you can use the slider to automatically promote and rank up your heroes as long as you have the proper resources. By dragging your slider to the rank or level you want, you can then autofill spirits or heroes and then click promote, assuming you have the proper gold amount as well. You can even see here with one click, you can take a hero from level 1 all the way up to rank 6, level 60. On this next screen, you can ascend your heroes, and by ascending to level 3, you unlock their passive and make them stronger. The resources required here can be dropped on the 5s, so 5, 15, 25, etc., and you can then begin to rank up your heroes. Do note that every level drops a different rarity and a different affinity of this resource, so make sure you go farm the proper location when you're leveling up a specific hero. Next, you have your abilities, and here you're going to be able to use pages and scrolls to rank up the skills your hero uses. Be careful at the very beginning, as you're only going to get a certain number of pages, but eventually you'll be able to farm these resources and rank up the skills of all of your heroes as you progress. And just like every good hero collector, in Godforge, you're going to be able to apply gear to all of your heroes to make them much stronger.
Here you have boots, legs, gauntlets, chests, greaves, helmets, and even weapons to apply various stat effects and abilities to your heroes. There's going to be various rankings when it comes to the power and strength of that gear. There's going to be a rarity, and there's even going to be a style of armor when it comes to light, medium, or heavy. Now, when it comes to the full launch, that's going to be important because you're going to be able to attune weapons to your heroes to apply even more effects. But here in alpha, the various type of armor that it is won't matter so much. So make sure and focus on stats before sets, maximize damage on the heroes you need damage on, and accuracy and speed on those heroes that need to support the rest of your team. Here on this screen, you're going to be able to see you can also apply a weapon to whichever hero you have. And here is where you gain that secondary passive from the imprint that is applied to that hero. When you apply a weapon with a passive, you're going to see that passive pop up on the hero skills. When dealing with gear, you can also sell each individual piece by clicking the ingot at the top of each piece. There is no auto sell, there is no mass sell or anything like that, so this is a 1-by-1. You can also then enhance that piece of gear. By clicking enhance, you can take the slider up to whichever level you want, and with one click, enhance it to that level of your choosing. No tries, no anything like that, it just tells you how much gold it's going to cost, and you can do it. Next up, we have Awakening, and this is where heroes really begin to gain power. Now, there's a lot of various buttons to click here, but make sure that when you get to this screen, you click on the number you want to increase the Awakening to, you then add the resource, and then you click Confirm and power them up. Here you can see that Awakening 5, the Green Knight has gained a lot of other abilities that strengthen his skills and his power to be able to progress you through the game. On their main screen, every hero has a breakdown of their affinity, what type of hero they are, and whether they are from order or chaos. And sometimes, especially when it comes to the challenges, this information is critical, so make sure and pay attention so that you can bring the proper hero you need to the fight. Finally, we have the Caverns, and here is where we get to truly begin to play Godforge and progress through the levels and gain all of those great rewards. When it comes to the Caverns, you're going to start at the very top at wave 1 and progress your way down through the bottom all the way to level 150 and then the final unlimited damage boss of Fafnir 151. Under the rewards, you can click the icon to get a full breakdown of what types of gear, heroes, or weapons are dropped on that level. Now every 10 levels has the same types of gear dropped. So level 1 has helmets, level 2 has chests, level 3, you'll see pauldrons. Level 4 will be gauntlets. Level 5 is alchemy stones and heroes. Level 6 is legs. Level 7 is boots. Level 8 is weapons. And level 9 is godsteel. You'll notice here that also, in addition to these standard drops, you will also be getting hero spirits for most of these levels. And so when it comes to being able to level up your heroes, they will always be available to you. However, when it comes to what ranks of spirits you gain, that changes based off the level you're playing. So make sure and pay attention, or you're going to have to start sacrificing heroes rather than spirits. The 10s will also drop lots of resources for you, and these are one of the primary places to be able to gain heroes and gain gear that isn't necessarily slot specific. And so you can gain helmets, chests, pauldrons, etc., all of these things from the boss levels, while also gaining the chance of acquiring higher rarity heroes. You can also see here that this hero spirits are available, and especially in these 10s, like when we get to 110, 120, etc., the ranking of spirits increases, and you no longer will gain like those first and second star spirits. Now, when you've selected the level or you're progressing through and you're ready to battle, you can click that button and you can then select from your hero roster screen exactly what heroes you want to bring into the fight. Just like on the previous screen, you can select the hero button to dive into the hero roster, but what's also great on this screen, and that something that they applied during the Friends and Family wave, was that we needed to be able to identify more information about the heroes on this screen rather than having to dive into the roster every single time. When you long press a hero, you're going to get a full breakdown of what they have. You can even see gear, weapons, you can click into their abilities, see everything that's being provided for them, so that when it comes to what you need to bring to every fight, you are fully informed before you hit that battle button. It's also important to note that when it comes to battling, the Fateless team built in the auto replay function inside of the alpha. Now, while this is a very simple function, it still allows us to continually farm a level and walk away from our computers or mobile devices while that occurs. This is very simple. There's no selling functions. There's no really anything other than just clicking this button, and you'll continue to go to that wave again and again and again. One of my primary wishes when it came to early farming was that this would continue to farm even if you lost a fight. But what I've quickly discovered was that that's not the case. If you lose, the auto battle will be done. And this is great if you aren't quite sure and you would hate to just waste energy again and again and again, especially if you put in a hero that wasn't fully geared out. However, it would have been nice to be able to say, continue fighting even if I lose a battle. So make sure that if you're going to be stepping away for hours at a time, that you are farming a level that you know that you can continue to fight and defeat every single time, or you're going to lose out on a lot of opportunities for farming. When it comes to progression, you're only going to lose energy when you're going back to farm a various resource. So as you progress through the tower, you aren't going to be losing energy when you succeed. You also will not be losing energy in progression when you fail. And so if you're going up against that level 60 Golden Guardian or level 120 or what have you, you're not going to be losing energy by failing the fight and having to go back and try something new. You, in fact, won't lose anything at all. You'll be able to go back, evaluate what you need, bring something new to the fight, and then continue to progress as you overcome the challenge. During a fight, you're going to be able to switch between the various camera angles. They have their default cinematic, the 3/4 isometric view, and the top view. Now, Simon has said that the top view was the most popular with players, but also that lots of players are switching between them. And I found when it came to farming, especially farming Fafnir at the end, is that the default view at 1x speed was the best for game performance. And however it's built, I'm not a tech guy in that manner. I don't know, but that definitely seemed to be the less stressful version of running the game in the system. They do have the auto battle function built into alpha, and so you're going to be able to click that button and your heroes will progress through their abilities as they take down the challenge in front of them. Now, this does not have very many smart choices built in. You will have your heroes using their ultimates and all kinds of things at all the wrong times. So only use this when you know that that level is going to be easily completed by your team. Now, all of this is good, but it can be a little overwhelming, especially when it comes to your first choice, which is what hero are you going to be starting with? So for more details on that, click on this video next and check out a full breakdown of the starter hero skills. I'll see you in the next one.